Hi, this is Sean Keith with Keith Law Group. How soon after the car wreck should I call a lawyer? And the answer is really simple. As soon as possible. Now, obviously, the first thing you want to do is you want to go and you want to get treated. And I always suggest to people, look, if you're injured, this is the one time in your life, I know how we were all raised, you don't downplay it, okay? Because there's an insurance adjuster on the other side who's immediately going to ask, how soon afterwards did they go get treated? So first thing you do is go to the emergency room, get evaluated, get diagnosed, and get treated. After that point, it can be the same day or the next day, contact a lawyer. The sooner you do that, the sooner I can give you advice on how to proceed forward in a way that makes sure that you protect yourself and protect your rights. So how soon should you contact a lawyer, whether it's me or somebody else? As soon as you get initially treated. Should I talk to the insurance company before I call a lawyer? It may sound self-serving, but the clear answer is absolutely not. The only exception is, and I'm fine with this, is if you talk to the property damage adjuster about getting a car rented for you, about getting your car fixed, or about the value of your car. Do not give a statement to the other driver's insurance company. They immediately want that, and they want to record it. And you might ask, well, what's the harm? The harm is you might forget something. You might miss something. You might not mention something that becomes very important later. And guess what? The insurance lawyer is going to say, well, you didn't mention it whenever you first talked to our insurance adjuster when you gave that statement. So for a lot of reasons, do not talk to the insurance company until you've talked to a lawyer. How much does it cost to hire an accident lawyer? Or a lawyer if I've been in a wreck. And that varies from firm to firm. At our firm, if you've been in a wreck, we don't get paid unless you receive compensation for the pain, suffering, the injuries that you've received. It's called a contingency basis. We don't expect you to write a check at the front and pay for our services. We wait until the end for you to receive payment until we receive payment for our fees. And so how much does it cost? Well, different firms are different. Some charge a different rate at the beginning, and then if they have to file. We don't do any of that. We charge a straight 35% for car wrecks. And it's a little higher for other type of cases, but for car wrecks, it's 35%. Can I recover for a wreck if it was partially my fault? And the answer is sometimes. If the wreck is partially your fault, but it's only, let's say, 5% or 10% partially your fault, then yes, you can recover. The truth is, however, if you call me and you say, well, the police showed up and they gave both of us a ticket, they gave neither one of us a ticket, or they couldn't determine who was at fault, that's going to make it much more likely that I'm going to not take the case. However, if it's clear, if it's something very small, very minor, you should at least get that case evaluated. It doesn't cost anything to get it evaluated, and you should call. So if you're partially at fault in a wreck, contact a lawyer and have your case evaluated. How is pain and suffering calculated? And when you hire us, we have a process that each and every case goes through. And part of that process is evaluating your case once you have completed treatment to determine the value of your pain and suffering. Once a lawyer has done that, the case manager puts it all together, the lawyer evaluates it. We schedule an appointment for you either on the phone, on a video call, or what I like to do is in person. And we talk about the value, which includes your pain and suffering, and we explain how we believe it should be calculated. At the end of the day, it's what a jury thinks the value is worth. And I've been doing this for a very long time, and we have a pretty good idea of what we think a jury will do. What type of damages can I recover in a car wreck? And there are many different types of damages. First, you have property damages. That includes the value of your car or getting your car fixed. It also includes a rental car or loss of use of your vehicle, and any property that's damaged or destroyed, like a cell phone, a computer, a laptop, those kind of things. The second is your bodily injury. That includes your medical bills, both in the past or future, the pain and suffering, sleeping on a lazy boy for 6 weeks because your back won't allow you to lay down in a bed, emotional stress. I have a lot of clients that after a significant collision, they have post-traumatic stress disorder as a result. So the emotional distress this has on you. Those are, to name a few, and those are the main ones as a part of your bodily injury. What if the other driver doesn't have car insurance? Great question. A lot of my clients, and if you're watching this and you haven't been in a wreck yet, and you don't have uninsured coverage or underinsured coverage, stop the video, call your agent, and get it now. If the other driver doesn't have insurance, then the only way that you're going to be covered, because let's face it, we're not going to be able to collect off someone who's driving around without insurance, is to go with what's called first party coverage, either under or un, mostly. The other thing that I see happen a lot is people have 50,000 or 100,000 liability coverage, they're covering everyone else, and they only have 25 or 50 for themselves. Make sure that your uninsured coverage and your underinsurance is equal to the amount of liability. How long your case is going to take depends on how severe your injuries are. Number one, as soon as you get treated initially, you need to contact a lawyer, because there's a lot of things that need to get in place. One of the things that we do is assist you in communicating with your insurance company, with the medical providers, both health and auto insurance, and the medical providers, because oftentimes how long your case takes depends on what the medical provider is doing. Are they billing your health insurance? But the short answer is, for the typical case, it's going to be 6 to 9 months. If we file a lawsuit, it's going to be 18 months to 24, I would say, because you got to get on the court docket, you got to do depositions, discovery. So 6 to 9 months typically. If there are more severe injuries, I'm going to wait until you're done with treating. And then if we file a lawsuit, it's going to be another 18 months to 2 years.